The relief to be acquitted after nearly 2 years of uncertainty. Poland's criminal code prohibits offending religious sentiment. Violators face up to 2 years in prison. But the judge ruled the activists had aimed only to fight for equal rights for Poland's LGBT community. The prosecution failed to prove that the actions of the defendants were intentionally insulting towards the religious beliefs of Catholics, or that they desecrated the icon of the Virgin Mary of Częstochowa. The case centred on one of Poland's most revered Catholic icons, sporting a rainbow halo. In April 2019, 3 activists put up the poster in the central town of Płock in response to a church exhibition that equated the acronym LGBT with lies and hatred. The Catholic Church is extremely influential in Poland, all the more so since the Conservative Law and Justice Party took office. Church leaders oppose gay rights. I was stunned that the prosecutor called for us to be sentenced to 6 months in jail, whereas the accuser, representing the Catholic Church, called for 1.5 years. That shows a certain imbalance. What matters here is that homophobia is not characteristic of all Polish Catholics. We need to differentiate between the bishops and the people, especially young people who don't find our activities offensive. It's a victory for gay rights in Poland, but the activists' legal battles aren't over yet. Prosecutors say they will appeal the decision.
Well, one of the 3 women acquitted today was Elżbieta Podleśna, who you just saw in that report, and she joins me tonight from Warsaw. Elżbieta, it's good to have you on the program. Today's ruling, we know it could have gone either way. What went through your mind when the court announced that it was ruling in your favor?
As it is repeated frequently, I felt relief, first of all. Basically, I speak to you from Płock, from the city. I decided to stay here for the night because there was so much interest of international media that driving the car, it wouldn't be possible to answer your questions. And I appreciate it really very much, because I think that international coverage and support and interest helped us a lot. And we really had this feeling that we are not alone in this battle. Sometimes when you live in, yeah?
I was just going to ask you,
Yes.
let me ask you about what happened here with this case. If you want Polish society to tolerate and accept and respect LGBT, gays and lesbians, why did you alter an image that you know is revered in a very Catholic society? I mean, some people could say to you that 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yes, some can say that, but I would like to underline that Black Madonna does not belong to anybody. It does not belong to Catholics. This is an old Russian icon of a Jewish woman, which was found in Poland one day. And it belongs to, as a cultural object, it belongs equally to me, to my friends, and to the bishops. And for me, it is the most readable and the most sensitive at the same time picture of unconditional love. So it was not the aim of using the symbol which is same for somebody, because I think that the care of mother over kid is something which can be understood in any religion and should be respected. What we wanted to show that was a sort of acceptance, no, instead of rejection. So we, of course, knew that, yeah.
Let me, if I could, I apologize for the delay in the sound here, but let me ask you, from the outside, the image of Poland has been very positive. I'm thinking about all the way to when the end of communism, joining the European Union. There's always been this sense of positive energy surrounding Poland. And yet the recent headlines paint a picture of an ultra-conservative, homophobic government. Can you explain to our viewers what happened in Poland?
Truthfully speaking, nothing happened because Poland has different faces. And this face, which the West of Europe wanted to see, was the face of the tolerant, peaceful country, successful in economic transformation. While the same transformation left a lot of people unattended, poor, and helpless. And it's very easy to manipulate with well-sounding, strong slogans with such people. And as far as the church is concerned in Poland, it supported solidarity because the solidarity was against communism. And while the communism ended in Poland, the church was, in a sense, paid back by huge privileges in Poland. And the church in Poland was never progressive. It was always xenophobic and closed and greedy. So some people connected to the church, we could see it yesterday. There was another trial of 3 brave men who decided to pull down the monument of the priest who was proved to be pedophile and collaborator of communists and the sheer anti-Semitist. And his figure remained in a public space until these 3 men decided to do it with their own hands. Okay. And they are endangered prison to 8 years. And people who accuse them and who feel being hurt by their act are also the members of the first Solidarity movement. This one you respected so much. I respected them as well.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I wanted to thank you for taking the time to share your experiences with us tonight. Elżbieta Bodleszna joining us tonight from Poland. Thank you.
Thank you.